JB in St. Louis, and happy to see Joe Gibbs back on the sideline for the Washington Redskins. That just seems right. And the Rams are taking the field here in St. Louis, getting ready to take on Joe Gibbs. And now welcome to our happy little home here in this dome. I'm Johnny Bagpipes Jr. along with Troy Aikman and Cris Collinsworth. Troy, you've got the Washington Redskins here. You've got action. You've got excitement. You've got Joe Gibbs back. But his main question headed for opening day on the 12th against Tampa Bay is who's going to be the quarterback? Mark Brunell, the big money guy they brought in, or the guy who starts tonight, Patrick Ramsey?
Well, Joe, you go back to the great years under Joe Gibbs, and the one thing they always had was a veteran guy at the quarterback position. So what does Joe Gibbs do once he goes out and gets the job? He signs Mark Brunell to a big contract. He doesn't give him the job. It's open competition. But Mark Brunell clearly has outplayed Patrick Ramsey here in the preseason. You take a look at Patrick Ramsey, the starter from last year, took a beating in that system under Steve Spurrier. That will not be the case in Joe Gibbs' offense. Protection comes first. He gets an opportunity tonight to be the starter, and he's going to have to play better than what he's shown in these first two preseason games in order to get back into the mix.
It was hard to watch Ramsey take that beating last year. You know who the quarterback is here in St. Louis, Cris Collinsworth? It's now Bulger, not Warner, but how good are the Rams anymore?
You know, I don't know. After watching them last week against the Kansas City Chiefs, they didn't look very good at all. And you say, oh, big deal. It's a second preseason game, and what does that matter? But really, when you look a little deeper, and I agree with the guys in the studio, this offensive line is really the question. They've already lost Kyle Turley to the season because of that back injury, and Orlando Pace is nowhere to be found. They can't even get him on the telephone. They're not sure where he is. So anytime you're that unsettled in the offensive line, really adds a lot of pressure to your quarterback, Mark Bulger. And, of course, he's already trying to get out from underneath the shadow, that long shadow cast by Kurt Warner all the way from New York City.
The first-string unit for the St. Louis Rams under Mark Bulger has not scored a touchdown so far this preseason, so they'll try to lick their wounds, get up off the deck, and play better than they did on Monday night in Kansas City. It'll be the Redskins, led by Joe Gibbs. Our look at Clinton Portis taking on the Rams. Marshall Faulk is back. We're glad you're with us on Fox.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.